Hello everyone, my name is Vijay and welcome back on my channel. Friends, this video is going to be useful for those developers who are preparing for the JavaScript interview. Here I have come with the very significant topic which is mostly asked in every JS interview, that is closures. So now without wasting the time, let's start with closures. So what is closure? Let's try by the definition first. Any function bundled with its lexical scope forms the closure. That means, so closure is not only the function, it's a combination of a function and its lexical scope. So friends, if you don't know about the lexical scope in JavaScript, then I will suggest you please pause this video here and see my another video on the lexical scope in my video list, then come back here. So after watching that video, you can understand easily what is the lexical scope. So that will help you to understand about the closures. So let's back to the closure. It's another fact about the closure. A closure gives you access to an outer function's scope from an inner functions. So friends, never define the closure in interview like a closure are inner functions. So never say this type of definition in the interview, because closure is not only the function. So let's try to understand by an example. So friends, here we have a function sum, and this function returns another inner function. So this inner function returns the sum of x plus y. So this inner function is using the reference of y from its own scope and the reference of x from the outer scope, that is lexical scope. So friends, when I execute this function, so this function does two things. First, it returns the inner function, and second thing, this function bind the reference of x with its inner function. So as we have learned from the definition, closure is the combination of a function and its lexical scope. So now here this variable is holding the closure. That means it's holding the function which is returning inner function and its lexical scope together. So when we will execute this function here, because now it's holding the reference of inner function, so now we can execute this variable as a function here. So now I'm going to execute here. It's also taking a other parameter, so I have passed here. Before that we have passed the 5 for the x. This function will try to execute this inner function. So inner function have the value of y easily, and it will take the reference of x from the here we have passed earlier. So JavaScript what does? JavaScript bind this reference variable with this inner function and allocate some memory and keep this in some place in the memory for the reference to execute later. So when we execute this one, so output will be 7. Here you can see 5 plus 2, x is 5 and y is 2. So friends, as we know, when a regular function execute, it banished from the context execution after execute. Because of this function is returning another function with binding of the reference x, so it remains in the memory somewhere and it holds the value of x. So whenever we try to execute that function later in our code, we will get the value of x easily. So that is the beauty of closures. So now the question comes, what will happen if I execute the sum method again? So friends, here we have passed the 5 first time, and second time we are passing the 10. So JavaScript what does? JavaScript creates the two separate reference for each execution. When you pass the 5, it creates a separate closure environment for this variable. When you pass 10, then again it executes this and creates the another closure environment for this variable. So now here we'll try to execute this. Let's guess what will be the print. It's 12. For the x value you have passed 10. For the y you have passed 2. So 10 plus 2 is 12. So friends, I hope you have understood about the closure. So closure is the combination of a function and its lexical scope. If still you have any confusion, please write your query in the comment section box. So I will try to resolve as soon as possible. Or if you want any topic should I cover for you, then you can write in the comment box. So I will try to make video on that topic. Thank you for watching this video.